WordPress plugins. In this video, I'm going to take you through how to install and update plugins through the WordPress admin panel, and also I'll show you how to do that manually using FTP. But first of all, what are plugins? Well, quite simply, plugins are little add-ons and scripts that, as defined here, can extend WordPress to do almost anything you can imagine. And what does that mean? Well, you can add plugins that do things like, for example, plugins that can make adding audio and video to your posts much simpler, or perhaps plugins that will add advanced tracking and stats to your site, or perhaps maybe it's for auto blogging, or in other words, there's many things that you can add to your blog by way of plugins. Now, this is the WordPress.org site and their plugin directory, and you can see from here, how many plugins that are actually in here. And for the most part, many, if not most, of these plugins are typically free and added by the community. Now, of course, there are some premium ones that you have to pay for, but typically in WordPress.org, they're free. Okay, so let's get started. We're going to go ahead and go right to our plugins, Add New. Click on that. Now, from in here, you have some options. You can upload one that you might have residing on your computer somewhere, or you can start looking through the WordPress.org site right from here. So let's go ahead, for example, and say, let's put in a plugin for search engine optimization. So we're going to try to look for all-in-one SEO, which is probably the most popular SEO plugin for WordPress. So let's go ahead and click Search Plugins. Okay, now you'll be given a list. Now again, this is taken right from the WordPress.org site. You can see there's quite a few, over 10, about 10 pages worth, possibly more, that have the words SEO somewhere in the title. What we're looking for is all-in-one SEO. Now note, this one is an importer, so we don't want that one. We do want all-in-one SEO pack. This gives you a little bit of description. You can also click for more details, or we can just simply click Install Now. It will ask if you're sure. You say OK. You're all installed. You'll get this success message right here. Now, the thing to understand about plugins, now not all plugins, but many plugins, will have some sort of a configuration page, and depending upon the plugin creator, they can put that page in several different locations. Sometimes you'll see it right here in this menu, sometimes you'll see it under Tools, or perhaps you'll see it under Settings. And in some cases, it'll even make its own menu. We won't know that though until we activate the plugin. So let's go ahead and click Activate Plugin. So now we're activated. Now understand, all plugins need to be activated before they can be used. They will be uploaded in a deactivated mode, and you'll know that by, if you see Activate, that means it's not activated. You need to click to activate. Okay, you see that? Activate this plugin. Now we just did all-in-one SEO pack, and we click the activate, so you'll see deactivate if you want to deactivate it. But this means it's activated. However, you'll also note that up here in red, you'll see a message. This is a message that was put in by the plugin creator. It's telling you that you must configure the plugin, and it's telling you even where to go. Now, not all plugins will do this. So again, sometimes you'll have to look for the configuration settings or the page or whatever it is the plugin developer has done. But they're making it very convenient for you. They're telling you where it is. Go ahead and click the admin page to enable and configure the plugin. So we're going to go ahead and do that. And see, it takes you to the appropriate page. Okay, now what happens if you don't see that message, or you click dashboard and you don't know where that settings page is? Now, again, in this case of this plugin developer, they made it very convenient. But not every plugin developer is going to have this message, so you're going to have to look for it. So in this case, you're going to want to look somewhere. Now, it's not under plugins, it's not under tools. How about under settings? Aha, there it is, all-in-one SEO. Now, if you click on that, it's going to take you to the exact same page that this link did. All right, then. Now, this message up here is put in also by the developer. These are free, but many developers will ask for donations. Or some will say, if you donate, I'll give you first-line support, things like that. This is totally optional. But to be honest, the plugins that are developed and put into the system do so much to add functionality to our blogs and sometimes make our work or life easier. And if you really enjoy a plugin, our suggestion is always to donate. Now, right now the plugin status shows disabled, so we're going to go ahead and enable it. Now again, I'm not going to go through this entire setup because again, every plugin is different. But I want to get rid of that red message. And the only way to do that is to go ahead and enable the plugin status. So we'll go ahead and do that. Update. Okay, and then you'll notice that message is gone. So it's really that simple. So to review, when you want to add a plugin, click Add New. If you have one on your computer somewhere, and I'm going to go through that in just a moment, you can click Upload. Otherwise, you can leave it on Search and put in your keywords. You can also look down here for some popular tags. Then click Search Plugins. It'll take you to the WordPress.org site. It'll be right in here, and it'll give you the options and the different plugins that match your keyword selection. And of course, you click Install and you're done. Okay, now once again, let's just say you have a plugin that's somewhere on your computer hard drive and you want to install it. Well, that's pretty simple. What you're going to need to do is you're going to need to open your FTP program. Now, if you don't know what an FTP program or how to use one, take a look through the members area and you'll find a video on how to get a free FTP software, how to install it, and how to use it. So let's get started. I'm going to go ahead and go to my FTP software and I'm going to look for a plugin to upload. Okay, now here we are in my FTP. On the left side of my FTP software is my local hard drive folder with a list of plugins. And on the right side is the connection to my server, to the site that we're working on. Okay, so what you're going to need to do is on your server side, on the right hand side here, of at least in this demonstration, you're going to want to navigate into your blog folder wherever it's installed. Then you're going to want to click on WP-content, and then you're going to want to click on plugins. Okay, now let's hang on right there for a second. Okay, now all plugins are a little different. Some of them, such as the state exclusion, have nothing more than one file. Some of them have a whole subdirectory with many files, such as let's see, All-in-One SEO Pack is a good example. Say it's got many files and a couple of different directories. Right? All plugins are different. So let's go ahead and use this date exclusion as an example. I'm going to go ahead and just upload this one file. Now again, if your plugin comes with only one file, just drag it right over and put it in the plugins folder. If your plugin has several, like let's try this sitemap generator. Okay, now there's a bunch of files inside this folder, so what we're going to want to do in this case is going to want to drag the entire folder. Okay, we're going to want to drag the entire folder. Let's make sure there's, okay, we're at the top of the folder, so that's good. Drag the entire folder. Okay, now let's make sure they all upload. Okay, now that we're all uploaded, let's go back into our admin panel. Let's go back to the plugins. Not the add new, but just the plugins. Now let's scroll down and take a look at our plugins list. I just uploaded date exclusion, and I just uploaded Google Sitemaps. Now again, this is the one that had only one file, and I loaded just the file. And this is the one that had many files, so I uploaded the entire directory. Okay, that's got to make sure that you understand which way you need to go with this. Okay, and then of course you'll need to activate your new plugin. So let's go ahead and activate the sitemaps. Now you'll notice up here it does say plugin activated, but the developer of this plugin didn't decide to put in a link to the administration panel. So let's go see if we can find it. Okay, now we don't see anything here in the plugin description. So let's look. There's nothing under tools. How about under settings? There we go. XML sitemap. Okay, you see how they did that? And this is where you're going to go ahead and do all the options and whatever the plugin tells you to do. Okay? Now finally, we'll do one last installation. And this one is just using the upload feature here in your plugins add a new plugins area. Real simply, just browse and navigate to where your plugins are stored. Now what's important to note here is since we're uploading from our computer, we don't want to upload a single PHP file or a bunch of files or a folder. What you're actually going to be doing is uploading the zipped file. So let's go ahead and take a look at how this works. I'm going to go to my plugins folder here. I'm going to look for a zipped plugin. Okay, let's go ahead and scroll up here and look at my zipped. All right, let's try, for example, this banner ad plugin. So let's go ahead and click on that. Click install now. Okay, the plugin has been installed successfully. And let's go ahead and activate. And let's take a look. Max banner ads, here you go. Now once again, at this point you'll look and see where the screen is for this. Now right over here, if you see, now on this particular case, it's under tools. So again, you're going to need to look based on the plugin because it's not standardized. It really depends on the developer and how they see a tool interacts with your blog. So in this case, it's used as a tool. So the developer put it in under tools. You're going to go ahead and click and then do whatever it says to do. Okay? Thank you. And then there's one last thing to go over. When you log in to your WordPress area, you might notice a little number next to the word plugins. Now what is that? What that is it's telling you you have some plugins that need to be updated. So let's go ahead and go to our plugins area. And what you're going to see is if there's a plugin that needs to be updated, there'll be a message right inside the plugin that'll say there's a new version available. Now you can do one of two things. You can upgrade manually or you can upgrade automatically. We're going to try to go ahead and upgrade automatically. So let's try this one here. We'll click on upgrade automatically. And look at that. Just that quick, it's updated. Now we'll go ahead and activate. Now you notice this number went down to 1 and that's disappeared. You can also do them manually. Now, to do them manually, what you need to do is to actually go to the developer's website, which you can do typically right from in here. Grab the newest set of files, and then do it via your FTP, just like we did here. Upload either an unzipped folder or do it through a zipped folder. But we're going to go ahead and try automatically. Let's do the easy route, right? Plugin upgraded successfully, reactivated successfully. Now when we go back here, the numbers disappeared and we now have all updated plugins. Alright, that's it. Now you know how to upgrade your plugins. Thank you.